If you haven't had testicles before, I mean, I eat a lot of balls. I'm kind of a ball eater.
Cagayan de Oro has been a melting pot for centuries. When two Spanish missionaries first came to this area, they met some Visayas and Bukidnons, proudly displaying tattoos and gold jewelry as was customary back then. Due to its strategic position in the center of northern Mindanao, each wave of colonizers made sure to control this area. A lot has changed since then, but CDO remains an important center of commerce and education in the country. It's one of the best places to visit to see our wealth of natural resources, whether from the sea or on land. Its cuisine is yet to be defined, but because it's such an important trading hub, you can find great bites from all over Mindanao here. So let's get to it. If you love to cook Filipino food, I highly suggest you visit the Cogon Public Market. It is one of the most organized and diverse ones I've been to so far. To help me navigate such a large area in a short amount of time, we called in our friend Twinkle. She comes from a long line of local fishmongers. When it was her turn to work in the family business, she realized that we could do so much more with Filipino seafood. It's always been my frustration that we lack specificity, seasonality, and accessibility to the amazing fish that hard-working communities catch all over the country. And Twinkle is trying to solve just that.
So Cogon's like 85 years old. It's been here for a while.
So it has heritage.
Always been the center of trade. So, but then it's primarily just retail now. When it got too big, they moved wholesale out. That's why we had to move to the other side.
Right.
And then this became retail na lang. This is where a lot of like the more affordable raw ingredients are.
It's really nice,
so,
though.
like, there's tabon-tabon there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to markets all over the country, you never see these anymore.
Mm.
So it's good to see these here. Even these long green peppers.
Yeah. This is all going to be in full swing in like an hour.
This is not full swing?
No, it's not. Yeah. So once like a lot of the people in the restaurants, they come in, so a lot of this stuff will be moved. So I work in a wholesale market and we're required to close by 6 a.m. So the retail markets don't compete with the wholesale market.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
like it's like a policy. Yeah, so
okay.
all of this came from where I was this morning.
And where were you? Is
The other side, which is Burwa, so that's the wholesale vegetable and seafood landing.
So you go from 3 in the morning till 6 in the morning?
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
by like 5:30, everything's gone.
Oh, wow.
And then we have to liquidate,
Okay.
pay all of the fishermen. And
Yeah.
they're out in the city by 7.
Amazing. I mean, this is honestly one of the most, I mean, I've been to a lot of markets. This is probably one of the best stocked I've seen.
So food in North Min, in Cagayan de Oro, is the cheapest anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, because of like that system and it works.
So who runs that?
It's an association of market vendors. So they have to come to things like they have to agree with prices, yeah.
Amazing. So you have your saang.
Yeah.
You guys call this lokot-lokot here?
No, it's gusto. You can taste it fresh raw. Still good.
What do you call the snails here?
Bagungon.
And it's all alive.
Yeah, it is. It's
Amazing. So you got parrotfish, lapu, maya.
a lot of these is imported. So the thing here also is like you can't sell like more than 50% imported.
Okay, and people actually stick to that regulation.
Yeah, it's not a known regulation, it's just respect.
Yeah.
Like the local fishermen, like
Okay.
people have that awareness, like, yeah, I'm trying to like manage the whole region.
But you would know which is local, what is not local. Okay.
And they would say, like, ma'am, that's important.
Okay, so they tell you. There's no like hiding.
No,
or,
no,
okay,
no.
okay,
They're pretty upfront about it.
Okay,
which is
that's good.
We'll go here. Yeah. Hello, maing buntag.
And butag.
So, if you specialize in freshwater or farm fish,
Yeah.
that's the only thing you sell.
So tilapia bangos, they don't
Bangos.
sell any of the sea. Okay.
So, it's a thing where like you specialize in a specific variety
Yeah.
and you master it over time. And it's not just, I think, the variety, but the supply chain on how to sell it.
Of course,
Because
yeah.
you need to be like faster. Because like, for example, if you have an oversupply,
You need to move it
and you
faster.
need like 2 hours, it's done.
Yeah.
You need to move it faster.
Correct.
So it's more so like a supply chain like mastery aspect.
Very
of which
cool.
I'm specialized.
Markets tend to have some really good eateries, especially early in the morning. The produce is right there, the customers are the vendors, so they know their stuff. It's tight, frantic, yet so energizing. We heard that we had to try the humba here, and we could see why. We almost literally had to fight for a seat. Eventually, we found peace and a space to squeeze into.
This is wild. Like, I've been to a lot of markets. This is like up there.
Yeah. So whenever after they drop off all of their fish and all of their goods, all of their vegetables, a lot of the laborers actually come down and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The humba I'm used to is like syrupy, very sweet. This one is like more
Almost
soupy.
like caramelly. Yeah, it's more soupy. So this is always like a comfort food for like after working from like 3 in the morning. Yeah. So the rest of the day is like you spend closing deals.
Yeah, so the humba here is it's more salty than sweet. It's just like it's like a saucier adobo without the vinegar.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. So you're saying why is this market in particular so organized and so full of produce? Is there a particular reason? Is this like kind of where most of the produce from Mindanao comes to go to Manila?
Yeah. So a lot of it is still shipped out to Manila. I think more than half of what's produced in northern Mindanao actually gets sent out.
Okay.
Because if you look at like the north, it's actually the most accessible node. Someone did a study about this, that if you ship something from Manila and it goes straight to Davao, you would spend way more for logistics than something from Manila to go to Cagayan and then you truck it down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're going around, the entire
correct.
area.
Yeah.
So I think like from a cost point of like just managing a ship to
Yeah.
go around that far, it's way more costly.
And you're mentioning here the market community and sellers are fairly well organized.
Yeah, they are.
Is that
a lot
because
of them know each other too. A lot of
there-
them are like family.
Is there an association that's kind of like handling it? Or?
Yeah. So there's the Mother Association is like the Market Vendors Association.
Okay.
So they do have meetings. They have things like fees that they go around
pay.
to.
Yeah,
they pay. So yeah, it's been pretty organized, and I think like for 85 years, like it's been here for 85 years. It's a long time to have like perfected a system that works.
Yeah. So they figured it out.
Yeah. So even where people eat just has become like a habit.
What got you into trading fish?
Oh, seafood.
Yeah.
Family business. It's one of those things that I think in the Philippines you kind of inherit. Like there's no formal education when it comes to fisheries.
Yeah,
like in other
100%.
countries where
Yeah.
like you learn like actual food handling and retail.
Correct.
So a lot of it has always been like education that's been, or like things that's been passed over time. Started with my grandmother. It's been like 44 years.
I see your grandmother was a fishmonger.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Most of the women are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like in the system, most of them are women. And a lot of the handlers that are like who work in strong labor are men. A lot of the deals that are done here, they're mostly done by women.
By women.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's just easier.
the men are out, the women.
Yeah.
The women are also more trustworthy most of the time. I mean, that's in every industry.
Yeah, because even in BARM, like if from my experience, it's easier to close a deal and get paid when you're talking to a woman.
Yeah.
You're talking to a man.
Correct.
Because they're always like, can you really sell this?
Yeah.
They're always
While CDO is quite diverse, we are not far from the rest of Muslim Mindanao, so it's no surprise that a whole section of the market is dedicated to Maranao food. From the glass, we spot some tiaparan, inaloban, and lots of turmeric-tinged dishes that I've come to love.
So you work a lot with different communities, fishermen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you see as a major problem, stepping stone, on how these fishermen can eventually, elevate their prices and get paid a fairer share?
The huge gap is handling.
Okay, so the cold chain.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of countries do well. In the past 4 years, I've been working on this project, where we build solar-powered ice plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solar-powered ice plant.
Yeah. So it's just 1 ton a day of production. But with the whole system, we taught the community how to pack it in ice properly. Because here in the Philippines, there's ice, we throw the fish in. But fish, once you put ice in it, it's actually going to degrade.
Degrade it, yeah.
So that's why there are ice bags for that.
Okay.
So if you put in an ice bag, it keeps it for longer. And I think that gap, the basics pretty much of handling, it's the skill set that needs to be taught. So that's from where we can go to normal fish that we bring at home to EI level or Toyo level.
Right.
Because that's really the gap. And we have all of the varieties, and we have a lot of the produce, a lot of the spices. But you know, when it's taken out of the regions and then brought to Manila, they're packed in sacks of like flour, used flour.
Correct. Usually what happens is a lot of people are fairly happy with how they do things.
Yeah.
And there's always a resistance to change.
Change.
Is that something you're seeing that's kind of evolving and changing?
Change is not hard if it makes you money.
Fair. Okay. And so people do see,
Yeah, see it straight.
they
up.
see that fallback. Okay.
So it just opens the door for the conversation to go like, you know, what else is there I can improve on?
Yeah.
Because like fisheries is, I don't know, it's probably the oldest industry. Like Jesus went fishing.
True.
And like the sad part is like in the Philippines, we barely evolved. So although the heritage is great, you know, it's still gonna cost communities a lot more than they think it does to still be doing things the way they used to do.
Twinkle is such a breath of fresh air and hope in an industry that has been facing the same struggles for generations. We need people like her who love what they do and are committed to improving the lives of the communities that they work with by bringing value and attention to the products that they catch and sell. Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me is a soup here, a prettier way to call soup number 5. Also just a euphemism for a bull, penis, and testicle soup. You don't come to CDO and not try this.
It was so great to finally meet Twinkle and talk about all the work that she's doing. I think what she's doing is like super amazing in terms of trying to uplift what fishermen are doing in different regions of southern Mindanao and trying to bring that not only to CDO but further into Manila and kind of like really great restaurants. And that support system is so important if we want our produce to kind of get paid what it deserves to be paid. You haven't come to CDO in Cagayan de Oro if you haven't tried Remember Me soup. The locals call it RM, or you might know it as soup number 5. For the uninitiated, it's basically the testicles and the penis of the bull that's in a nice soupy dish. So it's really comforting. Usually when you have a hangover of a big night of drinking, you come here and you kind of try to get rid of that. But it's also seen as obviously anything with testicles, usually most of the time, well, people will tell you it's an aphrodisiac. Let's give it a try. So this is nice and chunky. It's honestly such a good soup. As long as you don't think about what you're eating. If you haven't had testicles before, I mean, I eat a lot of balls. I'm kind of a ball eater. But if you haven't eaten balls before, you do get kind of like this squishy, fibrous texture that the more you talk about it, the worse it gets in your mouth. But if you can get away from that, and if you had it before, the flavor is actually really nice. It's nice and beefy. It's almost like it reminds you of beef cheeks. So there's some gelatin in there. There's probably lots of collagen as well. And the soup is so clean. Slightly, there's some slight acidity in there. But really just kind of like really flavorful and umami. And one thing that I've never seen before, which I thought was pretty cool, I was kind of peering on the side there, but they were eating kamote with the soup, which kind of more in Luzon and stuff, you'd eat more your soups with rice. Here, obviously tubers were huge and still are in the Philippines in terms of carbohydrate sources. The kamote brings a nice kind of sweetness to the dish. It's like a complete meal. This is actually really healthy. I'm gonna take it easy because we have a full day of eating. Cagayan, as we've seen in the market, this is a gateway to great produce, great farms. So there is a lot of great food to be had, and this is only the start.
As strange as it might sound, there is an excellent ham-making tradition in this province. It apparently started in nearby Bukidnon in the original American-owned Del Monte pineapple plantations, and eventually the promise of brined and smoked meats spread its wings to other parts of the region. Chino's Deli is a must-stop in CDO. You can tell that the people behind the food know exactly what they're doing and have spent years perfecting their charcuterie skills. I met Chino when I ordered a kitchen knife from him more than a decade ago, and since then he has gone to work in some great restaurants. He was on the opening team of Vasque, as well as Deli by Chele, and some of the best hotels in the country. His brother Jonathan runs the deli, and both bring so much energy to the local dining scene.
All right, so you have, so this is your, I'm guessing, regular ham?
Try this one. This that slice, yeah. So that's like the shoulder part. So it's ham. It's lightly smoked.
You can tell it's natural.
Not a lot of. It's pure muscle.
Yeah.
This one we have different types of emulsified sausage.
Yeah, it's like a guinea, right?
Sourdough.
You make your sourdough also?
Yes, we made the
amazing.
sourdough.
How did you guys start with Chino's Deli?
Oh, actually, my mom and dad started this one.
Okay.
So we started with the varieties like longanisa, the homemade one, pork tocino.
Yeah.
Not the Pampanga style, not the reddish one. It's more on the garlicky side. No, those are the main. We tried doing our homemade style na smoker. I have a friend who taught me how to do proper smoking with varieties of wood, how to do cold smoking, and then adapt. But my brother Jonathan is upscaled it, put it in the market, make it available here during season.
Why does it make sense to have a business like this in CDO? Like, are the products readily available? Like, you have good quality pork, you have the ingredients that you need to make all of this?
I have to be honest, Kagay-anons, they
love their meat.
Really? Meat lovers. Aside from the fish, huh?
Yeah.
Aside from the abundance of fish, no?
Oh yeah, I want to try this is your longanisa, right?
That's our best seller. One of the products that funded our education.
Really?
Yeah, it all started with that.
Nice, delicious.
You like it?
Yeah,
so this
very
one
good.
a little bit more sweet.
It's on the sweeter side, yeah.
Sweet and savory. That one naman,
Corned beef.
that's corned beef. It's packed with collagen. So
So you make this yourself also?
yes.
Oh, nice.
So it's readily available. You can buy it, and
Wow,
then
that's
nice na.
Very nice.
A little
you can get a lot of
more
that. Yeah.
beef, no?
Very
Same
good.
profile. This
Try
one.
your tapa.
So this one is tapa. So si tapa, this is not like the melts in your mouth. Local cows.
Okay.
Sirloin. This one, the inspiration, the way I see it, is like casajos.
I
no?
prefer it like that, yeah, drier.
Casajos is
Yeah.
drying
Right.
it and then tostado, but still you
Like
get the
your-
beefiness.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, your traditional tapa. Like,
Yes, yeah.
more dry, more flaky.
Correct. This one is a smoked chorizo. So this is anisado one and toasted bay leaf. Also one of our best sellers. No?
The bay leaf here is awesome.
You're gonna have.
Yeah, it
So
really comes through nicely.
You get chunks like this size.
Very fragrant, yeah.
Mhm.
So what do you, well, obviously you're here, but when you eat around, when you have to bring someone around,
Me?
what do you think is like a good meal that people shouldn't leave Cagayan without trying?
Sinuglaw.
Okay.
Sinuglaw humba.
Yeah.
There are new spots, local chefs. I'm trying to support. Me as much as possible. I go around,
Because it is a big...
but in the market,
yeah.
everything's there. The RM is like maybe breakfast,
standard.
lunch, snacks, hangover, everything.
Aphrodisiac, baby
There.
maker.
I haven't thought of that. No?
Every city has one carinderia everyone recommends. Jopherson's is tucked away on a green corridor in the middle of the city, flanked by schools and small businesses. Its owner, a former taxi driver, tells us that his food is honest and based on how he likes to eat. And that's all I can ask for.
So what do we have in front of us?
This is our typical lunch in Sirio.
Okay.
Basically, what we have here, one of my favorites, sinuglaw.
Sinuglaw.
This one, we got lauya. This is the version of nilaga.
Yeah.
And this is one of the dish that they're famous of. They started with this, sisig.
So they call it sisig also.
Sisig, no?
Okay.
Their take on sisig. No? The flavor is close to dinuguan with a luya, with ginger,
Oh wow.
suka.
Very fatty.
So yeah, this one, when collagen is properly cooked, you draw out lots of collagen.
Yeah.
Then maybe the fat content maybe not as evident because of the collagen content, man. Enjoyable.
Amazing.
A lot of spice, no?
So, but if you were to bring this to Pampanga, obviously they would be like, that's not sisig. So we're not gonna claim it. It's just what they call it here.
This one is kilawen. The kilawen take, the way I understand it, this is like close to doing the real pinakurat. So it's like cook and then
Flash cooked
flash.
pork.
Do not overcook.
And then here, curry.
The regular ginataan. Chicken.
Ginataan.
Chicken, sir, no? Chicken. Oh.
Awesome. Thank you. Salamat.
This one is kawali, but normally when you go to other regions of Visayan, we call it pinakupsan.
Pinakupsan.
So it's like close to chicharon.
Yeah, it's good.
It's close to chicharon. So rendering and then finishing it before serving.
So we have
tostado.
We have pork, beef, chicken. So our vegetable is the chicken, basically.
This is vegetable, plant-based,
Yeah,
right?
this is plant-based.
To be technically. You want to try this first?
Yeah.
That it's still malasugi.
So sinuglaw, it's malasugi,
and then
kinilaw.
mascara, and then anything with the skin.
This is delicious. Spicy. I thought it was going to be way more acidic than that. It's not super acidic. The fish isn't overly cured. There's not like a crazy amount of vinegar in there.
Actually, it is for me. When
Really?
you go to other,
They serve it fresher.
it's really like you have the sashimi effect.
Okay. I'm curious about the sisig. Let's try this. So I don't know if you can tell, but like how gelatinous. That's almost like a gravy. It is delicious though.
With the rice.
Yeah.
With the rice.
And it also has some acidity to it.
Luya. You have
Yeah,
ginger.
there's some ginger, there's some chilies, some spice, black pepper.
Malasa. How
It's
you
almost
say that?
like a braised adobong puti, like for a long time, right? Okay, let's try the kilawin.
Maybe close to this.
Yeah, similar.
Close to this. But here, when you go back and taste this one, there's tabon-tabon, no?
Yeah,
There's tabon-tabon.
it's creamier because of the tabon-tabon. Yeah,
oh.
this is delicious.
I like that.
Yeah, this
I like
is
that.
so good. It looks so dry.
Looks so dry.
It looks so dry, but when you put it in your mouth, tender. The fat is rendered out.
Chicharrones, oh?
Yeah,
There, oh.
yeah, beautiful. I'm so full.
Which your favorite? Which one's your favorite?
I think
Aside from this, sisig, ah.
I would say number one, I'd probably say this, just texture-wise, it's so well done. And then maybe sisig in this one. They're
Understand?
very good.
The Maranao Pater is similar to the Maguindanao pastil. Usually it's an ulam, either bakas or tuna, or chicken chopped up and served on top of rice. Today, that's evolving, and you can find different versions with a myriad of ingredients. Chef Chino and Chef JJ, who you'll get to see more of in our Bukidnon video, went to try one of the best ones in the city.
Actually, Chesamz started in parang end of 2013, yung pinakauna talaga. But then, 4 tables lang po siya. Kasi this used to be parang boarding house, itong house na ito. So, most of the boarders kasi mga Muslims, and they are very like parang conservatives, no? So, gusto nila kumain ng food na halal, no? Doon kami nakapag-isip na why not na lang mag-open tayo ng parang food house for them para sila lang talaga naawa kami sa kanila, wala silang makakainan. And then eventually they invited their classmates, their friends. They tried the beef rendang, which is the most popular. Isa lang talaga yung ulam namin before, which is beef rendang, and then ngayon naging 7 na. So we have spicy tuna, we have chicken curry, we have chicken piaparan, and then the tuna sisig, and then we also have the bakas. When we say pater, basically it is rice comes with toppings or ulam na, parang value meals, ganon. Wala kaming manpower at first, kami lang talaga, I and my husband. Kasi before kami lang yung ganito. Tapos ngayon parang yung mga bahay sa yung mga neighborhood namin, inopen din nila yung mga garahe nila, nilalagyan ng parang tables. So nakaka-inspire na at least may mga options yung mga customers, no, kung anong gusto nila, ganyan.
Okay, sige. Thank you. So, ito, dalawang pater. So, in this case, sa plate na ito, the difference is, ang topping niya is chicken piaparan. Ito, parang piaparan pero fish. It's called bakas. Around it, meron tayong fish flakes, ginawang meatball. Then this one is chicken ball. And then we have palapa. We have two varieties. As you can see, this one, it looks like this palapa is cooked with coconut milk. So baka nag-render out. So ito yung naging ang oil niya. So nakikita ko dito, meron kayong sibujing or sakurab with sili and spices. But spicy siya. The vegetables are soft and medyo may salty side siya. Parang condiment talaga siya. But appetizing. This is the version of the sisig. So may onions. Surprisingly, not spicy. Because when we say mga Maranao food, it's spicy. But this one, not really. Ito naman, different from other rendang. This one is more on the soy sauce side. Mostly, natitikman ko on the way we tried rendang was like rendering out all the coconut components and hanggang maging oily. But this side, I've encountered different types of rendang na niluluto na rin sa soy sauce. Maybe it's tenderized and then gisa ulit. I don't know.
For me, it's like bistec na, no?
Ay, correct.
Bistec
Close to
Tagalog.
bistec.
Yeah.
Ay, super good. Parang
But I think
not the usual, but super interesting. Super good.
We heard of a pioneering ostrich farm not far from CDO, and we thought, wow, that's a really random piece of information. So like any good researcher, we dug further and found that that same farm sells their ostrich meat in a long-standing restaurant here. We just had to try it.
Way too much food. But we decided to stop by here because it is an institution, apparently. It's been open for 28 odd years. There's a waiter here that was here from day one, 28 years ago, the chef. And the particularity of this place, they also own an ostrich farm. Ostriches in the Philippines aren't something you see in your barrio, so we thought it'd be interesting to pass by and try their ostrich meat. So we have a salpicao version, which actually looks really, really good with some crunchy garlic. And we have a la pobre version, so basically steak with gravy on it. Let's try that first. That's tasty. I've had ostrich before. I've had ostrich omelets. I've had ostrich steak. And it is actually very similar to beef tenderloin. It's not gamey at all. It's beefy. It's quite soft, which it is here. I don't know if you can have it medium rare, but this is like fully cooked and it's still very juicy. I think they sell the per kilo at 1,500 per kilo. So it's a pretty pricey piece of beef, but it's very high in protein. So it's a great alternative source, but you need an ostrich farm. Salpicao, just as tasty. I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't tell anyone about this, they wouldn't know what they're eating. Just like beef. This is the seaweed that we saw a while ago in the market with Twinkle. I'm guessing just dressed with calamansi and vinegar. Some onions. This is really nice. This is supposed to be like our little rest stop, so at least there's aircon, because it's been really hot in Cagayan. But this is a great transition to the next restaurant. And it's gonna be hectic and so good.
Doy is a character, and I'm so excited to see him again. He came to visit us in Manila and was just a ball of energy, and you could tell that he is in love with what he does. He buys fresh spear or line-caught fish from a local barangay just an hour away from his restaurant, and he prepares it in the sutukil method, fresh and à la minute for all his customers.
This one. This is the lipte.
Ah, oh yeah, okay. I've seen this before. Okay.
Yeah. One fish. This one, sabaw.
Sabaw.
The other half,
This is sabaw.
sabaw.
This is
ilaw.
ilaw.
The other one,
On the other
grilled.
side. Ah, okay. And then when someone eats here, they always order one whole fish?
Yes.
Ah, cool. Okay, so that's why you have different... And
Chumba
always
Filipino.
different fish?
Yes. Yaan, lipte.
So parang your customers come and then they decide what fish they want
Yes.
to sutukil.
Mm.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's cook this one.
Yeah. You don't get the fish that's in
No, the
from
market.
like Sulu or something. Yeah.
No. It's not the same quality.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because in Sulu or in Zamboanga, the vessels there are very large.
Yeah, these are smaller land.
Ah.
So yung for you, yung mga best for sutukil dapat fresh mga 12 hours delivered na.
Ah.
So that part he's using for the
Kinilaw.
kinilaw. Okay. For the kinilaw part, don't remove the scales.
Ah.
For the
Grill part.
grill part,
you
remove the scales. And then for the soup,
Soup.
the head.
The head. Yeah.
Instead of putting the fish straight on the grill, he puts them in these cages, which helps keep the skin intact, but also allows the cook to continuously rotate the protein, making it easier to achieve a consistent doneness throughout the meat. Next, he shows me what it takes to make a beautiful tinola.
After you cut the face pa rin, cheeks off, and then you quarter it. Okay. So what's the secret of a good tula?
The secret of a good tula is once it boils, you remove the scum.
Okay. So you clean the broth.
Yes.
So ginger, lemongrass, tomatoes, spring onions,
Wombok.
lombok, and then asin.
Same.
So yung mga slime, no?
Yeah.
Konti. Pero you can leave it naman, right? It's just clearer. Or may
Hindi.
ibang lasa
different.
talaga.
Ibang lasa.
Ah,
Mawawala yung yung langsa.
okay. Pero depende sa fish pa rin.
Depende sa fish.
So what's your favorite fish for sutukil?
Ito, lipte, yung malapunte.
Malampun.
Malapunte, masarap yun.
Pero rare na.
Rare. Kasi yung dinideliver nila, hindi ka naman maka-request na ito yung gusto ko. Kung ano lang yung catch nila,
Yun
yun lang.
Pero in the net fishing or line?
Spear.
Spear?
Yeah.
All your fish is spearfish? Ah, cool.
Some of them are yung tawag namin dito, pranghe.
Okay.
Yung may
Hook.
Yeah. Yung ito yung nagpapasarap.
Yeah, that's what adds the spring onions will add parang acidity,
Yes.
earthiness to the flavor of the dish. Yeah. That's good.
Later, pag maano na to,
That's tasty.
maano yung
The flavor will come out together already.
The last piece, the crown jewel, la pièce de résistance, my favorite, the kinilaw.
So ano yung technique ng
parang
tabon-tabon?
Ganyan.
So Doy is
Matagal
scraping
lang.
it slowly, so it takes a while. So it's like really fine shavings.
Para yung creaminess niya ba? Yung
Okay.
color
So
niya.
parang yung milky color.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Can I try?
Sige.
So slowly lang.
So, slowly lang. Para maging paste lang siya.
Ah, gets. Okay. So ito yung proper amount. So next,
This one. Bahal. Day old, 2-day old na tuba.
2-day old tuba. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of, this is a 2-day old fresh tuba. You have a little bit of acidity, but it's really more on, imagine like an old red wine. That's the flavor you get, but not too arid or too acid. So how much do you add, Doy?
Sige. I-smash. Yan yung kulay ng color.
dapat ganito. So who taught you how to make kinilaw?
Sa ano lang, yung parang binugoy style ba? Parang pang tambay lang nito. Yung doon sa Talisayan, may nagkikilaw doon sa ano, sa tabing dagat yan.
Pero ito, yung style mo. This is your own style. So parang you perfected it to how you like.
Walang perfect ng pagkinilaw, depende lang sa ano mo.
Sa tao.
Kasi ang iba gumagamit talaga na yung maasim na suka, yung pang-mix nila.
So
Set
next,
aside.
set aside.
Next one, you slice the ginger thinly. Slice.
And julienne.
Julienne. Di ba you said you had hindi ka pumunta sa culinary school? Wala kang background ng ano?
Wala. I just married a actress.
You just married.
That's my skill set.
Pareha pala tayo. Kasi hindi ako nakapasok sa sa mga
Culinary school.
Wow!
You're putting me to work, huh?
Lubos-lubosin na natin, boss, kasi nandito ka na. Para actual mo talaga na ikaw, this is the taste.
Proper. Each time I make kinilaw, I always get comments from people from Cagayan saying, that's not real kinilaw. You have to come to Cagayan to try a real kinilaw. Always.
Okay lang yan, sir. Next one, this one. Yan lang.
So your first step is salt.
Salt. You mix it with your hands para mas masarap.
With my hands?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, that is the proper way
To toss it. Okay. Like this.
Yeah, para wala na yung salt saka yung
So ito yung first wash.
the ingredients. Yan.
So now this is the
Tuba.
vinegar.
Okay. Fresh.
Fresh tuba. Okay. Can I try?
Sige, try.
Oh, amazing.
Mas siya, mas sweet, di ba?
Yeah. So you don't use vinegar like parang yung strong
No.
vinegar? You don't. So it is very different. Tabon.
Salt. Okay, yung mix. Ako daw mag-try dahil sa imo habi sunod,
This is actually blowing my mind in terms of how it's made. You eat kinilaw in a certain way your whole life, and then you eat it this way, and it's completely different from everything you've learned. And the flavor that you associate with the dish is not wrong, but it's completely interpreted in a whole different way with these ingredients in a different place.
The next one will be Suha. That one lang.
So one muna. These are juicy. So yun lang muna.
Yan lang muna.
Try it.
Try.
So you always try it.
Pero dito, measured lahat. Kaya yung
Yung consistency. So yung acidity from the vinegar, it's from the suha talaga.
That one.
Kalamansi. So ito, acidity
Dalawa
pa rin,
lang.
pero may sweetness na because of the calamansi that's in there.
Okay na to.
Okay na. Thank you, Doy. That was so cool to learn how you do it.
Yes.
Let me try the tinola. So usually every table will have...
Yes, sotokil.
Pero may
iba.
I saw you have mga
Squid.
specials pa rin. Okay.
Next time na lang.
You want some? Or no? I feel like
Ako
you eat every day, so I don't know if you... Do you want?
Yeah, okay lang.
Don't worry.
Mga nahiya naman ako. Ikaw lang unang kumain. Kaya yung bisita
This I'm super excited for. Lipte. Alright?
Lipte.
Lipte. Wow, that is a meaty piece of fish. And in this, you dress with soy sauce lang?
Soy sauce, chili, and lemon.
Lemon.
Ano na sabi? Okay na, cowboy.
Mga Makati Cowboys.
Yan. Saka yung soy sauce. Wait lang, vinegar. Yung suka.
Ito suka talaga.
Galing pang ganito.
Same.
Same.
Let's try this. Oh, this one's very good. No? Very meaty, flaky. Wala masyadong parang fishy flavor. Lipstick.
Yung ginawa mong kinilaw. Nanginginig pa, boss. Fresh na fresh yung isda, oh.
Sa kitchen mo, may parang one staff dedicated sa kinilaw, isa?
Kinilaw, isa.
Okay. So they all become experts in one
Sa
station?
pag-grill, isa. Sa pagluto, isa.
Isa.
At saka sa kilaw, isa. Yummy! Soft drinks! Soft drinks, boss. Beer! Mamaya na daw, pagkatapos.
May biyahe pa.
Musta yung tinola, boss?
Sarap. Doy, so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Balik-balik ka, boss, ha?
I don't think you realize how special the food is you make. Yeah, seriously. It's okay, you can be humble, but
Baka ikaw lang yan, sir.
you're very good. You're very good. Birthday to you! Yeah!